there is a series of visits by U.S. top administration officials,
Yes.
from Blinken to
Yellen.
and
Yeah.
then also to the environment climate envoy, Mr. Kerry.
Yes.
So will these visits be able to create a different kinds of ambience in the U.S., you think?
Yeah, I think they will.
To what degree?
Well, look, I don't think you're going to get any outcomes from these meetings that matter. The first thing you have to do if you have no relationship is just be civil to each other.
Indeed.
And meet and realize that you can exchange views and recognize you can agree to disagree. But if you don't talk, nothing's going to happen. So I think it's very important that in the early stages, you just get people together.
That's communication 101, isn't it?
101, absolutely. You have, if you don't do that, all bets are off.
What do you make of these rhetorics and games of words? Are we trying to play these games, or actually people are sincerely, at least some, looking for ways to come out of this, dilemma?
I think if you look at the people who were thoughtful, okay, I would put Yellen in the thoughtful category. So basically what she's come forward and said is that decoupling would be a disaster. If you look at the nature of trade between the U.S. and China, it used to be very low-cost, commodity-like stuff that you could move around. The supply chains between the U.S. and China are so sophisticated and have built up over a long period of time. So I think when Yellen says decoupling is not going to happen, she's exactly right. Now, does it mean that we can take a fresh look? But decoupling kind of implies we'd like to think about a complete break. There's no way any intelligent person would conclude that decoupling is a real option.
Economically speaking, it has been a rallying factor to be able to put the two economies and two countries together to some degree. But now it's becoming an ever more divergent issue, it seems.
Well, I'm an optimist. So my belief is that both countries' economies are facing increasing pressure. And so another way to think about the issue is each side is going to have more incentive to find win-wins. And I think that's really going to happen. In other words, if you can take your tough position and stay with it, and it plays well domestically, why not? So if there are genuine win-wins, both sides should be able to take a bow and feel good about it. So I think the motivation is going to be there. I don't think it's going to happen before the election. But if the U.S. starts looking at steady state 1%, 2% GDP growth, the pressure is going to build.